Hi everyone. Hi. Welcome to our Zoom class. It's good to have you here. Thank you for your interest. I know a lot of teachers are eager to learn about video tools for remote learning because of the lockdown. But the truth is, even after the pandemic, we'll always experience times when we're not able to deliver our classes in person. So that's why this lesson is very important, and that's why I'll be providing you with configuration steps and practical tips for using Zoom to teach your students or to teach your course. Okay, it's a great online platform that you can use for online teaching. I know it can be a little bit intimidating and overwhelming, but that's why you have this tutorial. It's going to help you and make it easy for you to adapt Zoom as a teaching tool. Okay, personally, I've been using Zoom for about 2 years to interact with my teachers, my mentors, some of my mentees, and also for interviews. So I'm really pained that teachers are stressing over how it's going to work or how the Zoom is going to work during the lockdown of our schools, and that's why I am making this tutorial. You can read further on this on my post. I'll put the link down in the group, and keep watching this video to see how to set up your Zoom meeting, how to invite students, how to manage them, how to stream your video to Facebook, how to share your desktop, and how to end and save your videos. Like, this tutorial is fully packed. Okay, so stay tuned. So basically, after signing in, I start by going to my profile. Okay, this is like the starting point for all things Zoom, especially this is your first time logging in. You'll be directed to your profile page. Okay, so on this page you'll be filling up your details, where you work, your job title, your school, all of that, your date of birth, all those important information about you. And it's also here you'd want to upload your profile picture. This will be what shows if you turn off your camera in Zoom. We also had this feature in Google Hangouts. Okay, so that's it for the profile, and you can see I have a message saying that your Zoom basic plan has a 40-minute time limit on meetings with 3 or more participants. Upgrade now to enjoy unlimited group meeting minutes. So really, if I'm going to have a video conversation or video meeting with my mom, I can use 2 or 3 or 4 hours or the whole day gisting with her. But if I am going to have more than 3 people at that meeting, if I'm going to have a class of 15 or 25 or 50 or 100 or 250, then I have to upgrade to be able to speak to them for more than 40 minutes. So if 40 minutes is enough for you to deliver your lesson to 25 or 100 students, feel free to please leave it at the basic plan. But if you want to talk, if you're the type that can talk for 1 hour, 2 hours, then upgrade. Okay, but I've said something previously about making your classes not to be too long on for remote learning, okay, so that they don't get tired. Now then I will now go to meetings. Okay, you can see that I'm already on my meeting page. I have upcoming meetings, previous meetings, personal meeting room, meeting templates, and all of that. So if there are usually 2 options on how to meet. It can be a meeting or it can be a webinar. They are basically the same thing, except webinars allow you to stream to a Facebook group. Okay, so if that is what you want to use your Zoom for, then you select webinar. But if you're going to be using your Zoom for a class, then meeting is where you need to be, and that is why I am on my meeting page. So we simply go to schedule a meeting, and then it will take us to the meeting schedule page. Okay, so I have the option of naming my meeting. I can name it the title of my class or topic for the week. So I'll call this child marriage, and description optional. We will be discussing the issues faced by the girl child in Nigeria. Okay, normally I like having a very elaborate description so that the students know what to expect. I can tell them we're going to be having an assignment too, and then there'll be time for contributions that will be awarded points. You just lay all the ground rules in the description. Okay, and then we go to the scheduling part where you set in the time for the meeting. You can see the date is there, the time is there, duration. You can choose 1 hour, but remember that we are on the upgrade, we are on the basic plan, so your meeting will not go for more than 40 minutes if you have 3 or more participants on the basic plan. Okay, then your time zone, please always make sure your time zone is correct. I'm in Nigeria, so my time zone is GMT +1, West Central Africa. Okay, then recurring meeting. If you set recurring meeting, that is this, it will give your students the same link each day to log into. If you set a new one up every day, they'll have to figure out what link to log into. So you can set recurring to daily, to weekly, to monthly, or no fixed time. It's up to you to extend the day out as long as you can. Okay, so if you want this meeting to hold every day, so that you don't have to keep coming in Monday, Tuesday to keep scheduling, you just keep it at recurring and then choose daily. But I'm not recurring any meeting. Okay, so you can either have your meeting ID generated automatically or you use your personal meeting ID. I like leaving it at generate automatically. It avoids all those long problems. Then meeting password. I usually uncheck meeting password because giving your students generating a meeting password means your students will always have to log in with that password. So what happens if they misplace the password or can't remember it and they really have to be in that class? Then it means they have lost it. They have just lost it and lost out of the class. So I like sending a link instead so that they can just click and redirect instead of coming in, typing passwords and all of that. So but if it's for really private secure meetings, then you can use a meeting password. Okay, so the host should be on. So it means that me as the class teacher, my video should be on. My students too, their video should also be on, participants on. Okay, and then we go to the audio, leave it at both so that those logging in from a telephone or computer audio can still speak. Okay, you can still hear them, they can speak, you both can communicate. Then for the meeting options, enable join before host. That's up to you. Do you want your students to be in the meeting room before you? Either way, I like to be in the meeting room before my students, but just in case you can't, then enable join before host, because you never know what can take your time or keep you tied up until you get to the meeting. So enable join before host. Mute participants upon entry. Please check this, check it. It helps with keeping the distraction at a minimal. Okay, in Google Hangouts the students have to mute it themselves, but here in Zoom you can mute it before they arrive, and then when they want to speak they uncheck it from their side. Okay, enable waiting room. I will leave that off. Sometimes when I have to have a meeting with my own lecturer, they keep me in a waiting room if they're not yet ready. Maybe they still have to get their place tidy, so I'm in the waiting room. Or if they're not even in the meeting room already, I'll be kept in the waiting room. Then once they join with their link, I am automatically redirected from the waiting area into the class. Okay, and then you have record the meeting automatically on the local computer. If you want to record for future use, then please check. Okay, it saves the file to your computer. That's the recorded file to your computer. You can also record from your Android device while hosting a meeting. Okay, the app will show you recording at the top of your screen, so it will keep recording, and then when you end your meeting it will ask you if it should save. Then you click save. So when you're all done with filling all of that and checking as you want, making sure the settings for your meeting is okay, then you click save. Then it will take you to the launch pad for the meeting. So this is the launch pad for the meeting. You can see the meeting that I just scheduled is here. Okay, I can add it to my Google Calendar so that I'll be notified before the meeting. You can see that I have the URL for the meeting here where you see join URL. Copy the invitation. So I can just copy this and send it to my students via text message or WhatsApp or their parents' email addresses as I want. Okay. So it has given me all the details I checked. You can see. So this is just a summary of what we have done in the schedule page. If I'm okay with it, I can start the meeting when it is time, or I can save it, or I can delete it if I do not want it at all. Okay, so if you have scheduled your meeting prior, you'll go to your meetings tab from your dashboard and they will all be listed there. Let me show you meetings. So all that I have scheduled on this account is listed here. I have two, one for 4 p.m. and one that I just scheduled now for 1 p.m. Okay, I hope you understand it so far. So once you're ready to have your meeting, you just click the start, and then your meeting will start in a few seconds. You will now be prompted with two options to start the meeting in a Zoom app you must have downloaded or connected with on your desktop. Okay, so, or if you haven't downloaded the app, you are now given the options of downloading from Google Play or any of your stores on your Android phone. So I'm going to click on start meeting. So as soon as you open the meeting, anyone can join. I would advise you arrive early and set up before your students arrive. So you can see my screen. My video is not showing because I explained that in the Google Hangout. Yes, I always have to look tidy for a class. So if I'm not looking tidy, I automatically program myself to switch off my video so that only my profile picture would show. And that is better than looking shabby and coming for a video conference with your students. So you can see the icon. We have the first icon at the bottom is the mute. Is already written there. Is the mute button. The mute button allows you to shut off sound. The video button allows you to shut and turn off your video. So if you shut off your video, as you can see, mine is crossed out. So if you shut off yours, your profile picture will show by default. Okay, and then you have the share screen. This allows you to share a URL, your desktop, or a whiteboard. I'll explain that more. Then we have participants. The participants box will show you who is in your meeting. I'll click on it. Okay, so it's showing me who is in my meeting. Because I don't have anyone here yet, I'm the only participant listed. So if I was in a class, all my students data or names would have displayed on this screen. At the bottom, you can see chat. I'm able to chat with my students in real time during a video conference. Hello everyone. Send. So everybody sees my chat. Okay, and then you can see invite. If you need to get someone the link while you're in the meeting, just click invite and copy the URL. Then you can send it to them. Okay, so sometimes it just sends automatically. So if I have to send the link to someone via text message, I'll just click any of the message and the link appears, and I'll send it to whoever I want to send, so that person can join the meeting immediately. I have mute and mute all. Okay, these are part of the options. So if I don't want them to talk at all, I can mute all of them, so they are not able to talk until I remove the restrictions that I have used on all of them. Yes, and then so let me explain screen share. This is the way for you to share your screen, a URL, or your built-in whiteboard, or any document you have set up already. So what I just do is to click on share, and then I have a drop down of all the kinds of documents or the places where I can share my screen from. Okay, so I can share a browser, I can share a PDF, I can share a PowerPoint, or really anything that I can open on my device. Okay, so whatever I'm seeing when I use the share on my own device will show on all my participants' devices. Okay, so if you're going to be using a desktop, please make sure you are set up properly before you start your meeting. Think about your desktop. If you're going to screen share, your students will see all of it, so consider making sure your desktop is in order. Put all things in a folder or in their folders. Okay, make sure you do not have any sensitive image or video on your screen or popping up. Okay, shut everything down and make sure you only have important documents and files on or up when you're having to share your screen. Okay, so I can go to Google Drive and then pick something. Sorry. Okay, allow. So let's see, I want to show this puzzle to my students. Share. Okay, so whatever I am seeing now, my students can see. Yeah. If I have to highlight something for them, I can do that. I say, oh, make sure you do this number. Okay, make sure you do number 1, 2, 3. I can write on it if I want to. See, Zoom is a very, very nice app. Let me not lie. So, yeah. So I can now stop sharing. And then we are back to my screen. Okay. So there are other things you can do. You can try out. You have to play around with the features to see how you want it to work for you. I'm just taking you through the basic, but I'll have a full tutorial on it, written tutorial, in my post www.dumebi.com, so that you can go there and see it. I do not want this video to be too long, so that you'll be able to download it. So if you want to end the meeting, just go to the top corner of your screen, you see end, and then you click end. So you can choose to leave the meeting. If for instance your boss has said, okay, you can exit the meeting, maybe I only want to have meetings with your HODs or your supervisors here. But if you're the one that is the teacher that set up the meeting, then you click end meeting, and then the meeting has ended. Okay, so if you have clicked or selected they save to your device, that is, if you are recording your session and you've decided to save your device, it will now start saving for you, and then you can locate it in your gallery. Okay, there you have it. I'm sure it must have seemed like I spoke for too long, but I wanted to make it extremely thorough so that you feel comfortable. I promise you it gets easier as you start using it. Okay, so please try it out and then let me know how it goes for you. I'll be open to take any questions from you, and I hope you practice it too. Cheers.